What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, happy Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday. So listen, I have been promising you guys Rhode Island for 3 weeks, and I have been breaking my promise for 3 weeks, and I came close to breaking my promise today because I do not have a lot of time. My morning errands ran later than I anticipated. I just got done eating. I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast. So we're going to get into it. These are the last 3 episodes of Rhode Island, and I watched the reunion. So somebody, I think it might have been Quake, was like, "Girl, just go ahead and do the reunion, and then you can talk about." So we're going to talk about all of it, but I'm gonna need y'all's help. This is going to be a audience participation situation. So put stuff in the chat in case you think I'm going to forget to talk about it or whatever. Go on and drop it in the chat. So let me start with episode 11. I did see the Ultimate Girls Trip trailer. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it really ain't making me want to watch it. If I'm being honest, I know for some people they probably went up for it, but it ain't making me want to watch it. I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest. Ultimate Girls Trips don't really give me a lot. I mean, it's something to talk about, but I think the best Ultimate Girls Trip was the one with the first one, which had the Cynthia and Kenya, and what's her name? The one from Real Housewives of New York that be saying some borderline racist stuff. I really feel like that was the best season of Ultimate Girls Trip. When they went to Bali with Portia and Giselle, y'all know. Mm-hmm. The one that we haven't seen is probably the one that was the one with Brandy and Candace and old girl from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So I don't know. But let's get into it. Shut up, KJ. See, that's how you get blocked. That is how you get not blocked. That's how you get timed out. What's up, Ramel? Hey, boo. Just wanted to say the reunion was good. Ruler pissed me off. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. So we're gonna be all over the place. So just roll with it. Now, I don't want to start at the reunion, but I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get back to it. Y'all really had me feeling like Ruler did something at this reunion. Y'all really, even Carlos King was like, Ruler did that. Ruler. I was not impressed with what Ruler did at this reunion. And we'll talk about why. But I wasn't impressed. But we'll get to why. So episode 11, I feel like was sort of the first half was like a filler episode. I mean, Ruler's letting us know that she's going to do her Arabian Nights party. Everybody's invited except for Joellen. We saw Dolores and Liz go to the state capitol to talk about, their cannabis situation. Now, I'm going to be honest, I did not realize that, like, shout out to the state of Rhode Island that I think they said they're the first state to recognize perimenopause as like a medical situation. Because that's real. Like, let me tell y'all something. As somebody, like when I was growing up, I always thought first of all, I had never even heard of perimenopause. Okay. And I always thought of menopause, oh, you just have hot flashes and maybe your sexual drive goes down. I did not know nothing about all this other stuff that is going on with the perimenopause. And let's be clear, it is a big deal, y'all. If you ain't never been through it, it is a really big deal. Like the types of things that your body does, the changes, like fundamental changes that your body makes. Like, it's real. So shout out to Rhode Island. Yes, it is a protected class now, as it should be. I mean, honestly, I can see people needing to go out on FMLA for perimenopause. Like, I can see it being at that extreme. That's basically because this country hates women and doesn't acknowledge their issues. I can agree with that. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, so let me see if Maryland. I might need to see if Maryland has it. But I honestly can see where a doctor would have to take somebody out. Like when I wasn't like my sleep, I'm just using, and then we're gonna move on. My sleep is a lot better now, but there were literally days when I wasn't sleeping, like 2 or 3 days in a row, and I still had to get my ass up and go to work. You know what I mean? Like something. And I mean, some women, I mean, just anyway, y'all get it. Moving right along. So shout out to that. I mean, again, was it a major thing? No, but it was. I'm glad they brought it up. We say they should have switched Joellen and Alicia's seats. In my opinion, she didn't deserve first share. She's still low-key scared of Liz. I thought they were going to battle. So I'm going to tell you my opinion on why I think that happened the way it happened. The reason why I think that happened the way it happened, y'all know when these Housewives shows, a lot of times people that get first share are not always the people that deserve first share. They might be the people that help bring that franchise to that city. And I'm wondering if Alicia and Liz were the ones that spearheaded the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Because Kyle always gets first share. She don't deserve it. Giselle, up until this season, Giselle always got first share. She didn't deserve it. So I'm wondering if it was something along those lines. But anyway, so Rula is having her Arabian Nights party. Let me be honest. I mean, it was a cute theme. You know, she said it was highlighting her culture. I can respect that. But it was what it was. I mean, it was a party. And most of the people came in theme. You know, most of the people came. They tried to find their best Arabian Nights attire, or at least what they think to be Arabian Nights. But the biggest thing that really happened with this, they tried to make Liz the franchise girl, but I think Alicia is more popular. I think both of them are. I think Liz is going to be infamous. I think Liz is going to make a good villain. But what I love about Liz is that Liz stands in it. Liz stands in that shit. So I respect the fact that Liz is like, whatever. I thought it was Dolores who recommended them to Andy. Right. And Liz and Dolores are best friends. You see what I'm saying? Like they damn near look like. They damn near look like twins. That's why Dolores right. So I don't know. You know, Shay, that might be what it is. But that would also make sense to me because, like I said, Liz and Dolores are best friends, and Liz and Alicia have known each other their whole life. So that's the only reason I'm thinking. And I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying that's what, because honestly, Joellen absolutely should have been first chair. I agree. It should have been Joellen. But anyway, Liz and Dolores fell out over the show. They did? Oh, I did not know that. I hate to hear that. Because they got a business and everything. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey. So the biggest thing that really happened at this Arabian Nights party, again, Joellen wasn't invited. Surprise, surprise. But Rosie and child, what's her name? Kelsey decided to, I guess, bury the hatchet and be cool. Let me be honest. Let me be honest. Oh, that's the new ice maker? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Let me be honest about this situation. Even the men were like, this is stupid. Y'all need to talk. The whole Rosie Kelsey thing, in my opinion, because in the beginning, I wasn't really feeling Rosie. But on the other side of this season, I really like Rosie. And I feel like Kelsey's in her feelings because this show was supposed to go in a different direction. I think she really thought she was going to play up the kept woman angle, and she was going to be, the one in the, the chauffeur car living in this huge house, and it ain't work out like that. And because the stuff that you had an issue with Rosie about was just stupid. And then what we found out at the reunion is that they had a whole group chat where they was talking shit about Rosie before they even started filming. So it sounds to me like you already had had an issue with Rosie from before the show started. And then y'all were bringing in all these rumors that were on Reddit and all these other places. And like Rosie said, look, bring the proof, because it's not true. None of it is true. So bring the proof. Also at the Arabian Nights party, Liz and Alicia make up from the whole debacle that happened at, homeless, not homeless situation. Now, what I thought was and again, y'all, I'm gonna be blending stuff together. Sorry, not sorry. We're gonna be blending stuff together. What I thought was interesting from the reunion, if y'all paid attention to what Liz said, Liz told it. And Liz explained why she was so pissed off. And Liz explained why she felt ambushed. And Joellen actually told on herself. So if y'all was paying attention to what Liz said, we knew 3 days before we were in that car filming, we knew we were going to be talking about that comment. Like, we knew the conversation. We talked about it. So when they got in the car and the conversation went in a different direction, that is why Liz spazzed out the way she did. And that's why she spazzed out at Joellen. And that's why she kept saying, Joellen, you never said, hey, I understand why Liz is saying that. You never bought in any, like, you were team Alicia, and we had talked about it. And I feel like if we even go back to that group dinner where the 3 couples went out to dinner, Joellen, her husband, Liz, her husband, and then Kelsey and her boyfriend, when those 3 couples went out and they bought it up there. When they brought it up there, that was the setup for that conversation in the car, right? That was the setup for that conversation in the car. And Joellen was supposed to back Liz up because they had a whole conversation about it at dinner where Joellen's husband and Liz's husband were like, yeah, that ain't how that went down. She was never homeless. What is she talking about? And that's why Liz was, it was production. Oh, Liz did everything except for say production said ... I mean, of course she can't say that. But if y'all listen, Liz kept saying, we knew. And even when she said, Joellen, we got voice notes of us talking about that scene and what we were going to say. Like, she was like, there are voice notes. And y'all caught when Joellen was like, I never listened to those voice notes. And Liz was like, wait a minute. The detective of Rhode Island didn't listen to a voice note about a scene for the show? Are you crazy? She was like, you can scroll up. You'll see that I never even listened to that voice note. Oh, so you know the voice note I'm talking about. See, y'all talk too much and you telling yourselves, how you gonna say I never listened to that voice note if you don't know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what voice note I'm talking about. What you mean I didn't listen to that voice note? Because at first she tried to act like she didn't know what Liz was talking about. And then she kept going. And then it was like, well, I never listened to that voice note. That voice note? Liz is not crazy. And I know Liz is extra. Don't get me wrong. Liz is extra. And I'm probably going to be up and down with Liz over the years. But Liz is not crazy. Liz was very clear, and she was doing everything except for breaking the fourth wall. But she, yes, she did, Shady. She wanted to break the fourth wall so bad. She came so close, but she basically said it. We knew we were going to be talking about this in the car. We knew this was the conversation. The dinner was the setup for this conversation, and I think the way the conversation was supposed to go, I think Liz and Joellen was supposed to confront Alicia and be like, look, my husband said da 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 da, and this is what happened da 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 da. And so now, and I think I already talked about this. Now, Liz, to be fair, you putting your hands on Joellen, that's not okay. I'm never going to defend you putting your hands on somebody. And then you acting like you ain't do it. What I also am not crazy about that I think Liz is doing, I don't like people rewriting history, right? I do believe that Liz and Joellen have been friends. Now, everybody's definition of best friend is different. Everybody's definition of best friend is different. But I do think that Liz and Joellen are friends. And I think that they've been close friends. And I think that they've probably shared some real shit together. So I do kind of feel like it's a little disingenuous for Liz to just blow it off and act like, we weren't friends. What are you talking about? We were never best friends. Where are you getting this best friend thing from? I mean, I don't know. I kind of believe Joellen when she says, hey, we hung out together on Mother's Day. Like, you called me, you said you were having a bad day. I was having a bad day. We went for a ride. Like, you don't hang out on Mother's Day with somebody that you don't fuck with. Like, I'm sure you had other people you could call and you didn't, you know? Right. If I call you because I'm having a bad day and you're one of the people, even if you weren't my first phone call, that's fine. You were still on the list because let's be clear, everybody ain't on the damn list. So if I'm having a bad day and you're one of the people that I'm calling, we friends. And we're friends on a different level. In my opinion. Now, everybody might not agree with that, but I also feel like there have been people that I've called my best friend that they may not feel like I'm their best friend. And there have been people that have called me their best friend that I'm like, I ain't their best friend. So I think best friend is subjective, but I think the point is we're friends. You know what I mean? Like we can get hung up on best friend, but y'all are friends. And so for that, Liz, I am side-eyeing you a little bit on that one, Liz. Oh, shut up, Cajun. Anyway, Liz took no accountability. Joellen can be a lot, but she owns her messiness. So again, I hear you, CC Freak. My opinion is the reason why she took no ownership in it is because, like she said, I felt ambushed because we had a whole conversation about the direction that this was supposed to go, and it didn't go in that direction. Now, I agree that she didn't take any accountability as far as getting physical. And for that, I have an issue because like I said, there's never an excuse for you to be putting your hands on, and you did put your hands on Joellen. Now, to be fair, Joellen, you kept touching her, and she told you to stop touching her. I'm gonna be honest. Like again, Joellen was putting her hands and showed us the footage. Joellen, and even though Joellen wasn't doing it in an aggressive way or in a mean way, she told you to take your hands up off of her. She asked you to stop touching her. To be fair, she asked you to stop touching her. And you kept touching her. So she pulled your hair. Is it me or when y'all saw Liz wrap her hand around Joellen's hair, is it me or did that take y'all back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta with Sheree wrapped her hand around Kim Zolciak's wig? Did y'all have deja vu? Because I had deja vu in that moment. I said, I had a little deja vu in that moment. I agree. And see, Cheap 83, I agree. I feel like you knew she was irritated. You knew she was pissed off. And even though you were like, Liz, she asked you to stop touching her. She told you to get your hands up off of her. So again, I'm not defending that she kicked you. I'm not defending that she pulled your hair, but you did touch her first, and she told you to get your hands off of her. She did tell you to get your hands up off of her. And that's what she said. She said it. She said, get your hands off me. I heard her. I heard her say it. She said, get your hands off me. So I hear what you're saying, CC Freak, but I also feel like when Joellen was like, well, I was just trying to comfort you, but I asked you to leave me alone. See, and maybe because I know how I am, and some of y'all saw an example of it the other day. When I'm pissed off, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. When I get pissed off, just leave me alone. And if I say leave me alone, leave me alone. If I say don't talk to me, don't talk to me. If I say I'm good, I'm good. When I calm down, I'll come back around. When I calm down, I might tell you what's going on. Like, but if I say leave me alone, leave me alone. Quake, that's a good point. Quake said, and if that's her best friend, she knows that about her. Yep. Yep. Yeah. It takes, listen, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Right, Tawana. Just give me a minute. Hey, Chucky. Mwah. We talk, baby. I'm doing all 3 episodes and the reunion all at the same time. So just this is a group participation. Put it in the chat. If it's something you feel like I need to talk about, something I need to address, just go and put it in the chat. We about to move into episode 12 now. We in episode 12 and episode 13. If I'm being honest, I feel like they was just trying to give us. I feel like they was making up a few more episodes. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I feel like we was trying to make up some episodes because honestly, these last 2 episodes really wasn't giving me nothing, if I'm being honest. Hold on a quick second. I'm sorry, y'all. We had an ice machine and it broke. I say we. Pat had an ice machine, but I was using it as much as she was using it. And it broke, right? So I was like, Pat, I did not break your ice machine. I'm so sorry. Because I know she not hardly here. I said, I'm so sorry I did not break your ice machine. So she got a new ice machine. She just hooked it up. And Pat, that thing worked fast. I just heard ice drop already. I wouldn't use that first batch of ice. If you cleaned it out, yeah, but if you didn't clean, I would just let it run once. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's been sitting in a factory or something like that. But that's just, I guess we don't put worse things in our mouth. Anyway. Yeah. Do you think Joellen will still try to kiss Liz's ass next season, even though she called her everything but a child? You know how these reality shows go, child. You know how these reality shows go. They'll be best friends next season for 2 weeks, and then they'll be mad at each other. Child, y'all know how this go. I can't even call it. So they go to Block Island. Block Island looks like a nice place to go if you ever hanging out in Rhode Island in the area. It looks like a nice little resort area. I don't know if I would make a special trip to Block Island, but I mean, if I'm in the New York area, you might ride up. What kind of she get? I ain't even. Yeah, I've been sitting here. She done came in, hooked it up. In the time that I've been doing this live, she done hooked it up and it done already dropped the tray of ice. That's why I was saying it's quick. I only been live for 24 minutes. So that's why I was like, oh, that's quick. Is it a good I don't know what it is, y'all. I have not seen it. I've been sitting here. I don't even know what it looks like. My cousin has the one that makes the little round ice cubes. That's real cute. The one that he has is real nice. Makes the little round, the big round ones. Like that you put in like a highball drink or a old fashioned or something like that. Yeah. Okay, what was the major theme on this episode? I don't remember much since Slam Pig and them acting a fool at Audrey's and Rosie's husband performance. Oh, we up to Block Island. Yeah, we almost at the end. Seems like a Hilton head of rock. Yeah, Block Island seems cute. I mean, again, would I make a special trip to Block Island? Maybe not. I don't know. But it's nice to know it's there, So the first half of the Block Island thing, we see Rosie and Joellen and Liz make up again. Don't care because I honestly feel like we were just trying to move on. I don't really feel like they really made up. I feel like they were just trying to move forward. The ladies were having a conversation outside. Rosie, again, Rosie is just kind of talking about her issues with the whole Kelsey of it all. Like her and Kelsey have agreed to kind of try to move forward, but at the same time, they just doing their own thing. Rula was kind of talking about what she got going on, which is funny because Rula was still Team Brian, but then at the end, baby, they made her talk about that tracking device. They sure did. You could tell they put the cameras back up just to film that scene. You could tell they made her talk about that. Oh, it was definitely filler. I mean, they really could have ended the episode at the Arabian Nights party. If I'm being honest, they really could have ended it at Arabian Nights. But I feel like because it's they wanted to give them their 2 little trips. whatever. But honestly, it really wasn't a whole lot after the Arabian Nights for us to really talk about. Alicia's boyfriend proposed to her. Listen, let me tell you something. Alicia wears me thin. That man deserves an award for dealing with her. Like, they've been together for 12 years. I don't care that he ain't never married her. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the more she talked, the more I understand why he don't put her name on nothing. The more she talked, the more I understand why he ain't giving her the business. Like, I'm sorry. You said old fashioned. I have some brown butter being infused with Knob Creek. That sounds delicious. I went out to lunch yesterday and I had an old fashioned and I was like, it's not giving the brown butter. And y'all know I love an old fashioned, but that brown butter is just on my mind. Oh, I gotta go get me another one next week, y'all. Cheryl, Tawanda, be on standby. We're going next week. And next week is my birthday week too. I just can't say what day yet because I don't know if I'm still going to Atlanta. Other than I would feel bad for Cajun, and I'm not even being funny. I'm being so serious about that. I would feel bad for Cajun if it got canceled. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm really kind of over it, and okay. Sidebar. What time is it? I gotta keep up with my time. Okay, sidebar. Y'all know we bought tickets for. Remember when we were talking about the Mob Wives like reunion thing that they were doing with Renee and her sister and what's the other one? Child, what's the other one? That Karen. And remember, I was like, oh, I want to go. Well, we ended up getting tickets for the Atlanta one because they were going to be in Atlanta on July the 1st. So, my birthday is July 2nd. And I was like, so me, Abby, El Teddy, and Cajun got tickets. So Cajun was coming up. Me and Abby were riding down, boom, boom, boom. And then we were going to have like a little get together. Drita's not coming. That's probably the problem. Drita's not a part of it. So I was going to have like a little get together while I was down there for my birthday. And I was going to stay. We were going on July the 1st. And I was staying until July the 3rd. Because I was like, I don't want to be traveling on my birthday. So I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and stay in Atlanta, celebrate my birthday in Atlanta with my Atlanta people, and then come on home on the 3rd. Y'all, why I went and checked the City Winery website, because I was on the website for another reason. And you know how when you buy tickets to like events like this, you could pick your seat. So they'll show you what's available, where you could pick your seat from. Why I went onto the City Winery website for the event for July the 1st, which is a week from today. Y'all, why they only sold 10 tickets? 4 of them tickets are us. I said, oh, they about to cancel this. They ain't sold but 10 tickets. They about to cancel this. So a part of me is okay with it, other than I feel bad because this will be the second time that Cajun was coming to hang out and we had to cancel and the event was canceled. I would feel bad. But on the flip side, right, don't nobody care but us. But on the flip side, so that's part of the reason why I can't really make any plans for next week because I don't know when I'm going to be here or if I'm going to be here. So, right, 10 tickets, how dreadful. Well, it's a whole tour. They did New York, they doing Philadelphia, they're doing cities where there's a city winery. I think that's part of it because I think they already had the one in New York and it looked like they had a good crowd. I think it's just Atlanta. Yeah, I think it's just Atlanta, So I'm hoping if I'm being honest, I'm kind of hoping they do cancel it at this point. So I can just kind of just stay home next week and just relax, and chill out, whatever. But it is what it is. I mean, if they don't cancel it, I'll be in Atlanta. But either way, I'm getting me a brown butter old fashioned next week. I just don't know what day. Anyway, back to this. So Alicia's boyfriend decides that he's going to propose to her. And the whole time, Alicia is talking about all the things he never does. Oh, look at this. Are you doing something romantic? Oh my gosh, I can't remember the last time you did anything romantic. You never do anything romantic. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, this is so romantic. Oh my gosh. And so, like, she won't stop talking long enough for the man to damn propose to her. Like, he's trying to get down on one knee. You know, he had the people put out a little thing for him to put his knee on because he's kind of older. You know, you got you got Rosie and the rest of the ladies kind of hanging out in the window, like cheering him on. And I'm just like, and then she was like, well, you know, you never really did propose to me the first time. He was like, can you shut up? I'm trying to do it now. Shut up. Like, he literally had to tell her, can you shut up? Like, I'm really trying to do this. I'm trying to do it now. Like, be quiet. But if I'm being honest, like, the whole time he was trying to do this, it was like the whole delusion or whatever. It was just, ugh. So, of course, he proposes. Of course, she says yes, and she's still yapping. She's still yapping. But can I be honest with y'all and tell y'all, outside of the fact that Alicia was getting on my nerves with all of the talking through it, none of that impressed me. Impressed me with the wedding. Like, you don't need to propose again. I mean, you might have did a shitty ass job of proposing the first time, but hell, we've been engaged for 10 years, 12 years. At this point, plan a wedding. What you should have done is pull me out there and how about this? Get the justice of the peace. I know they got a justice of the peace around there. Call the people down to witness it. Say, listen, we'll have a big ceremony later. You know, I know you want your family there. We'll do the big ceremony later, but you've waited long enough. Will you marry me today? That would have been a great finale. But all of that was right. Whoever said it was performative, I agree. That was so performative. Child, nobody's impressed by that. Don't do that. Like, don't propose to me again after you'd have made me wait 10 years for a proposal. No, absolutely not. Leave Alicia and her quackers alone. I wish I could do her accent, child. But she's the wedding holdup, not him. No. Is it her? I don't even know. Is it her? I didn't think it was her. I didn't think it was her. Maybe it is her. Shit, I don't know. I didn't think it was her. I thought it was him because he won't put her name on anything and all of that. I thought it was him. Maybe it is her. Shit, I don't even know. But that's why I said, child, that didn't do nothing for me. Then we found out that Rosie told Rula about the video. And so we have a whole conversation about the video and whether the video is real or whether the video is not real. Again, let me tell y'all something. I don't understand. Why Joellen is so invested in Rula leaving her husband. Joellen goes and has a whole conversation with Rula. Brian has a whole conversation with Joellen's husband about this video, about they're still cheating. Y'all, if Rula want to live in her world of delusion, let her. You can't make that man leave her. You can't make her leave that man. If they want to live in that land of delusion, I am so confusion as to why Joellen cares this much. I mean, I get it, y'all. We're filming the show. I don't want nobody to say, well, we're making our show. Even under a normal reality show circumstances, Joellen, you care way too much. You are way too vested in this. But we know that the connection is you're friends with the mistress. So it's a part of me that sort of feels like you're trying to hasten a divorce so your friend can get Brian. That's how I feel. I feel like you're only vested from a point of view of you trying to look out for your friend who ain't Ruler. Because you and Ruler ain't even friends like that. Y'all know each other. Y'all are acquaintances. Y'all are not friends. I think she wanted to get more emotions out of Ruler. Ruler's Botox won't let y'all get more emotions out of her. She is giving y'all the best she can with that Botox. She's doing the best she can. She ain't got nothing else to give y'all. Really be that's very sinister. I just don't understand it. That's what Ashley did her first season with Robin. Ashley was real concerned about Robin's finances and what Juan was doing. But fast forward to what we on season 11 of Real Housewives of Potomac, we see that that's just Ashley, child. That's why I don't like her now. That's why she irritates me now, child. That was pretty much it. If I missed anything, I mean, they had a whole dinner the final night, and again, they went around asking questions. Who do the who would you tell this to, or who is the most this, or who is the most that? It was what it was. I mean, it was cute. It was whatever. They were really trying to force Brian to make some big confession at the table. And again, I'm like, y'all, if that man's not telling his wife the truth, what makes y'all think he gonna sit at this table in front of all of y'all and these cameras and tell the truth? Chuck, these whole last 2 episodes were not needed. You think Joellen is trying to be a good girlfriend? Oh, okay. I think at a certain point, you just gotta let it go. I mean, at a certain point, you just gotta let it go. I don't know what more you want from people. You've told her, you've given her evidence, you showed her a video, and everything you do, she gives you 500 reasons why that's not the case. I don't know what else y'all want from her. She didn't give y'all all she got. Ruella has given y'all the best that she gonna give y'all. He admitted it to Joellen's husband. He admitted what to Joellen's husband? Just playing devil's advocate, I think Joellen don't like to see someone being played in the face. Remember her trauma with her mom. I think you giving Joellen a lot, but okay. Yeah, Brian, but at the end of the day, Joellen, listen, at the end of the day, Ruler knows. Y'all think Ruler doesn't know? Y'all really think Ruler don't know? Or do y'all think that Ruler is just living in her own denial for whatever her reasons are? Whether it's because of her kids, whether it's because of her lifestyle, whether it's because she love that man and she ain't ready to accept it. Y'all really feel like Ruler doesn't know? They're fair that the video. Yeah, Ruler doesn't know. So I'm like, I hear what y'all are saying, but Ruler know that shit is real. Ruler knows that the evidence is real and factual. She knows that. But that's why I'm saying at a certain point, Joellen, stop. You're not going to make this woman leave any faster than she's ready to leave. Right, Quake. She knows, but this is this decision that she's chosen. And she's not going to leave him any faster than she wants. Listen, let's be clear. She's still with that man. And she's still defending him. And she's still talking about the evidence ain't real. Even after she saw the fucking episode with the man admitting that it was real, she's still at this damn reunion talking about the shit ain't real. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do with that. So at the end of the final episode, because honestly, unless y'all can give me something else, nothing else monumental really happened. And if it did, put it in the chat. Must be something. Must be a fly over there or something. At the end of the episode, you could tell they made them pick them cameras back up. So after we got the information about Brian having a tracking device on Ruler's car, I find it very interesting that the person who's cheating is tracking his wife. Now, on the reunion, part 2 of the reunion, Andy's going to ask Brian why he put the tracking device on Ruler's car. Because that, I think, is the $1 million question. Why in the fuck do you have a tracking device on her car? She should have put a tracking device on your car. It's crazy. So she said that she felt like something was on her car. Brian probably told on himself. He probably knew stuff that he wasn't supposed to know, or knew that Ruler was places that he ain't know she was, or maybe she was lying to him about some shit she had going on, and he knew about it. So Ruler suspected that Brian had a tracker on her car. She said she took it to the BMW dealership. Notice she said where she leased her car. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up is because we talk about that all the time, how these people lease these cars. And y'all be really, when I say y'all, I don't mean y'all. But y'all really be thinking these people are going out here buying all these vehicles, and they really be leasing them. That's why they have a different car every other season, okay? But notice she said, I took it back to the BMW dealership where I leased the car. And I found it interesting that they told her that they couldn't do anything. Because again, you're leasing the car, which means technically it's not your car. And I found it, I don't know what the law says, and I certainly don't know the law in the state of Rhode Island, but I found it interesting that they were like, oh, we can't touch it. We can't touch it. Because they would touch it if you were taking it in for service. Like, I wonder, like, if you took your car in for service and they saw a tracking device, they can't say nothing? I don't know. But anyway, either way, she found out. And the police, and there's the thing. And Brian got arrested. He got bonded out. But by the reunion, child, they was back together. So again, it don't even matter. The car may not be in her name. Now that's okay. Dom Devereaux, that could be it. That the car is not in her name. That could be it. That could be it. Now that makes sense. If the car's not in her name, it could be in Brian's business. Like his business might lease that car, which is another thing that a lot of people do. Their LLCs and their businesses lease these cars, and then they can write it off on their taxes. Ask me how I know. Right, and maybe you're right. Maybe he put the tracker on there to stay one step ahead. Okay, so let's get to the reunion. As far as the reunion looks are concerned, I'm gonna be really honest. I really didn't put that much energy into paying attention to the reunion looks. I feel like it was very much a season 1, not really quite sure what to do yet. Don't really necessarily have all my designers lined up yet. Type of situation. I did like the color scheme. Blue is my favorite color, so I like the blue. I feel like everybody understood the assignment except for Kelsey, because she had the wrong color blue on. She had like a royal blue. Everybody else had like, they just had a different hue of blue. I think my favorite was probably Joellen's dress. I don't have pictures. I was going to do a whole video going over the looks, and I just never got around to it. I liked Ashley's, and I think I liked Joellen's the best. I think my least favorite was probably Liz's. I wasn't crazy about Liz's. Rosie's was cute. Kelsey's looked like a pageant. I feel like that was a dress that Kelsey already had in her closet from her pageant days. I'm being honest. I feel like she pulled that dress out. It looked very pageant. It looked very top 10-ish to me. I mean, it was nothing spectacular about that dress. It fit her nice, and it was a pretty dress, but it didn't really wow me. And the fact that it was the wrong color too, I think I just was kind of like, eh. Alicia's dress was very Alicia. I mean, again, it wasn't horrible, but it was very Alicia. Wasn't crazy about Ruler's dress. Y'all know how I feel about that, about that mesh body tone, mesh cutout situation. I don't like it. In most cases, it looks cheap to me. That was Rosie. No, that wasn't Rosie. No, Rosie's dress. No, Kelsey's dress was that darker blue. No, it's not. It wasn't. I'm not talking about Kel. I'm talking about. I liked Rosie's dress. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked Rosie's dress. No, Kelsey's dress was that darker blue. Yeah. Can we talk about how Rosie read Kelsey for Phil to the point that she was speechless? But here's the thing, she always did. Listen, Rosie is quick on her feet. Rosie always does. We're gonna get to that in a second. Just like door knockers last week didn't wow me. I don't know who the hell you talking about. Rulers was awful. Kelsey wore the same dress as Wendy Osefo, just a different color. Was that the same dress? Huh. You know what? Now that you say it, it is. Maybe that yellow on Wendy's skin was just popping different. I don't know. It was the same material, not the same dress. Yeah, again, Kelsey's dress, it was a pretty dress. And again, she's got that body, yaddy, but it just didn't do nothing for me. It just looked very plain. It looked very pageant to me. I like I said, so I think that's everybody. But yeah, y'all know how I feel about that mesh cutout. Now we started off with Rosie and Kelsey. I feel like we've kind of talked this to death, but at the end of the day, yes, Rosie absolutely read the hell out of Kelsey, baby. When Kelsey said, sucking dick, you said that sucking dick was my job. And Andy gonna ask her about it. Andy asked me so shady. He be asking that questions dead ass serious, but he's so shady at the same time. Well, Andy gonna say, you said, you said that was her job. And she gonna say, well, the only coworker that I knew she had was a woman down in Florida. She was like, it kind of was your job. And all baby, Rosie was stuck. But not Rosie, Kelsey. But that is not the first time that Kelsey got stuck at something Rosie said. When they were having that argument, Rosie was digging into her. And Kelsey was like, that's why I remember when she left and had to come back. It's like she thought about something and came back and kept arguing. Baby, it was Quake. Baby, that was the best one of the night. Joella had a good one too. The problem was she kept saying it. See, when you throw a zinger, it only works one time. And if it don't land, you just got to let it go. When she threw out, like when she was yelling at Ruler, and she was like, why are you here? Why are you talking? You were only in 3 episodes. That was cute the first time. Because I was like, well, damn, she not wrong. She was only in 3 episodes. But you can't keep saying that over and over again. After the first time, that's it. You can only, those are one time, those are one-liners. And if they hit, they hit. If they don't, because Kelsey doesn't have a real reason to not like her. She really doesn't, in my opinion. So when they were talking about the situation that happened, listen, this was one of those situations that pissed me off because I feel like the friends were backing up the friends, right? Everybody that sided with Kelsey saying, I thought it was just a joke, were all her friends. I don't mean any harm, but again, it goes back to what we were saying about Heart and Hustle. You may have meant it as a joke, but when I told you I didn't find it funny and that me and you just got to a good place, me and you would just, and you might have in your mind thought this was funny, but when you realized, oh shit, she's kind of pissed off. My bad. I thought it was funny. Maybe we're not there yet. But when you dig in and you double down on it and you like, but it's funny. It's funny. Clearly, I'm not laughing. Which means I don't find it funny, which means apologize. But when you double down in it, now on the flip side, Rosie, you did have your props ready for her. You had your blueprints out. You had your tape measure out. But again, we never even got to that part because Rosie was pissed off at you driving up in her neighborhood on a fucking siren talking about the square footage of her house. Because again, it's such a stupid thing. Why does the square footage of my house bother you? Even if I am lying about it, which it doesn't look like she is, but even if I am lying about the square footage, why is it bothering you this much? That's what I felt about the Tiffany Stormy situation. Right. I felt the same way. I mean, I agree. When Tiffany said it was a joke, just say, girl, my bad, you didn't find it funny. Like, you doubling down in it and then talking about, well, I mean, what's the problem with serving? Jesus, child, don't do that. Don't make it about Jesus. Don't do that. So if I pop your ass and start laughing, it's okay, right? Because I said it was funny. Right. That's what I'm saying. When somebody tells you it's not funny, it's just, I mean, move on. Just move on. So the two of them are going back and forth. And like I said, I mean, if we had to say who won, absolutely, Rosie dropped Mike on that one. And then Kelsey gonna try to come back talking about some, I mean, do you suck your husband's dick? First of all, number one, that don't have nothing to do with it. But whatever. But that's your best comeback, girl. Go for it. So then we talk about Liz and the whole situation with Dino. Again, I feel like Liz is limited in how much she can really say about the Dino situation because it is an ongoing criminal investigation. And even though she has not been charged with anything, her name has come up. So I feel like they kind of skirted around that a little bit, which I can respect because, I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't have a whole lot to say either. They asked Kelsey when she messed around with Dino. Kelsey let us know she had messed around with Dino in the first year of her boyfriend situation. So it sounds to me like, Kelsey, you was cheating from the beginning. So it does sound like y'all had an open relationship from the beginning. He had a whole nother girlfriend in Florida. You was messing around with people. Like, it does sound like it was an open relationship. But okay. Let me tell you something. I don't know the conversations that were had between you and the boyfriend as to why y'all finally broke up. Like, I don't know what happened. But what I am going to say is, if you initiated that breakup, and I understand some people say they want kids and all that, blah, 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 blah. But girl, if you fumbled that bag, and I know some people might be like, well, really be, she wants to be in love, blah, 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 blah. Girl, you knew walking in the door what that was. Y'all started off that relationship with him having a girlfriend and you fucking around. You knew what it was. You do y'all. And I understand I'm in a different place in my life. I need y'all to, I know that. But please, come here. I need all y'all to come here. Come closer. It's 80 of y'all in here. I need all 80 of y'all to come closer because I need y'all to hear what I'm getting ready to say. I need you to hear it clearly. Clearly. If a millionaire say, I'm going to move you into my mansion, you have free reign of this house. You got cars at your disposal. You have money. I mean, maybe she got a credit card. I don't know. Okay, whatever the situation. You can shop when you need to shop. I'm only going to be here for 6 months out the year, which means you only need to worry about dealing with me for 6 months out the year. And I said this at the beginning of this show. Baby, please understand. That is a recipe for good living. Baby, I can't tell y'all how well I would have worked the hell out of that. The way I would have my own business, the way I would be traveling, the way I would, you talking about you want to do content and stuff, the way I would have a content manager that I would just be doing content and somebody would be uploading my shit for me and I'll be doing travel work and I'd be, baby, girl, the way you fumbled that bag. And now you dating this other man over here who ain't got half of what that man have. And I know everything ain't about materialism, but let's be clear. Kelsey care about it. Kelsey care about material things. But anyway, moving right along. Now, the whole time this is going on, Ruler can't wait. Ruler can't wait to get to Joellen. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said at the beginning of this, everybody act like Ruler just did that, and Ruler just was doing the damn thing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was unimpressed with Ruler's performance at this reunion, and I'm gonna tell you why. Reason number one why I was unimpressed with this whole situation is because Ruler girl, you have been absent all season. You have been on mute all season. We ain't seen you. We ain't heard from you. When you did show up, you was the whole time you was capping for Brian. Like, you look like a damn fool. Like, honestly. And yeah, you might have got a few zingers in there on Joellen, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, you look like a fool because you are still defending this man. You are still defending this man. And then we find out that Ruler and her husband then snitched on Liz. And I believe Liz's story. I believe Liz's story because we know that Brian was the one that called Joellen's job. Or Joellen's supervisor, right? So everybody been going up for even Carlos King. Everybody been going up for him, child. The imperfect unicorn. Hey, boo. Then we found out that Ruler and Brian saw Liz and her husband were separated, and they were out doing their own thing. And I mean, Liz was out partying with some other man. And she said the next morning, somebody had called her husband and told her husband, and it was Brian and Ruler. And then Ruler was like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But can I say something? First of all, I do believe that Brian called Liz's husband and told Liz's husband how Liz was out in them streets down in Block Island, getting her freak on the dance floor with some other man. I believe that. I absolutely believe that that's what happened. And like Liz said, she said, thank you. You did me a favor because I wanted him to know. In other words, I wanted him to know what he was about to lose so he could get his shit together. And I appreciate that y'all were the ones that did it. But you know what I heard? Y'all know I always hear stuff that people not saying. I always hear stuff that people aren't saying. You know how Liz was like, I never talked to you about infidelity. What do you mean? What do you mean? I never talked to you about infidelity in my marriage. But after you told that story, Liz, I kind of believe Ruler now. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I know that y'all might say, really, B, you went a long way for that conversation, but walk with me. Walk with me for a second. Walk with me for a second. You said that you were out with another man down to the Block Island. You and your husband were separated at the time. Clearly, people didn't know that you and your husband were separated because why would Ruler and Brian call to snitch on you if they knew y'all were separated? I could see a space where if I see my friend out and I know she's married and I see her out in a very public space on the dance floor with another man, I could see a space where I'd be like, girl, what the fuck you doing? Like, why are you out here with another man? You know your husband's gonna find out. And I could see a space where Liz saying, I don't give a fuck, let him find out. He doing what he want to do. I'm doing what I want to do. We're not even together right now. Now, I'm not saying that Liz called Ruler up and they had a heart-to-heart, or that Liz called Ruler up and they sat down and she cried on Ruler's shoulder. I'm not saying it was that deep. But I could see a space where you had a conversation with Ruler about what was going on in your marriage, because Ruler saw you out on the dance floor with another nigga. So I could see a space where the conversation was had. Now, do I think that Liz got down and dirty and told you all the intimate details of what was going on? Probably not. But I could see a conversation being had, because that's the normal way a conversation would go. If I see Cheryl outside with another dude and I know Cheryl is married, I could see Cheryl saying, man, F that. We ain't even together right now. He doing him, I'm doing me. Because when you told that story, that's basically what you said. And I know some of y'all are going to be like, that's not what she said, really be. That's what I heard. I'm thirsty. I need some more water. That's what I heard. I'm just saying. That might not be what y'all heard. But that's what I heard. Then we spent a whole bunch of time on this situation with Liz, Alicia, and Joellen. We've kind of already covered it. I don't want to beat it with a dead horse. We've kind of already covered that whole situation. We kind of already covered that situation, y'all, with what happened about the homeless situation, the homeless comment. And I still feel the way I feel about it. I feel like the word homeless has a very specific thought process. When you hear somebody say that they're homeless, there's a very specific thought process involved in somebody saying that they're homeless. What Alicia was saying and what Liz was saying was not the same thing. However, I also feel like at a certain point you have to respect somebody's story. And what Liz said, and Alicia even said, I'm not saying we were on the street, but we lost our home and we were living in our grandparents' basement. We did not have, if we did not have family to take us in, we would have been on the streets. Now, I've seen on the blogs where that story is not necessarily accurate, that kind of thing. Like, and if I'm being honest, if I had to lean towards one person's version of the story, if I'm being honest, I'm leaning towards Liz's. I do not think that Alicia was in any form of the word homeless. I think that her parents got divorced, and unfortunately in divorces, those types of things happen. You have to move. They have to sell a house. Somebody, sometimes they got to sell the house and split the assets. Sometimes they sell the house because the person can't afford it on one income. Like, unfortunately, in divorce, those type of major life things do happen. What I read on the blogs was that the house was sold and that they renovated the grandparents' basement, that Alicia and her mom basically like had their own apartment in the basement, and that they were still living in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in Rhode Island. So do I believe that to be true? I do. Do I believe that was a hard time for Alicia? I do. I think it's always hard if you live a good life and you live a fairy tale type life and then you lose that. I do think it was probably a hard time for Alicia. And in Alicia's childlike mind, maybe that's what she translated. And let's be clear, there's a certain part of Alicia that I think is still there. Hence her obsession. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's called Bad Reputation. It's all the different villains. Thank you. I do feel like there's a hence her obsession with dolls. I think there is a part of her that is still there, that is still that little girl. You know what I'm saying? I think she was low-key trying to protect Alicia about how the public will view her. I agree. And I said that, Quake, I agree with you 100%. And I said that when she first said it, when they were at the mansion, I was like, she's trying to help you, girl. Because again, somebody like me that hears the word homeless, it ain't what you said. We were homeless. I mean, y'all lived in y'all car. Y'all were going from hotel to hotel. Like, what you mean? You were living in your grandmother's basement. Girl, that's not homeless. But I agree. So then we get to talking about cliques and group chats. Let me say something. We found out that there was a whole group chat from before they even started filming where they were talking shit about Rosie that Liz actually made them delete. And like Andy said, well, if that were the case, then no reason why Rosie felt like y'all were out to get her from the beginning. Like that makes sense that she feels like that. That y'all were out to get her from the beginning. Right. She wasn't living under the bridge homeless. Right. So, and then Rosie gonna try to play it off, talking about, Kelsey, well, we were all talking about each other. No, because here we go again with these reality shows and these cliques and these groups. Basically, what Rosie exposed is that y'all had a whole group chat. And y'all were clicked up and y'all talked about stuff outside of the main group chat. Now, let's be clear. This ain't the first time we've heard it. It's not the first time it's a thing. We know that the women on these reality shows, they do it all the time. But Rosie low-key exposed it. And once again, Kelsey was the deer in the headlights and didn't have no response to it. Now, I'm going to say this to Ashley. Ashley, I need you to do better next season. Ashley. And what I mean by that is this. You can't be, and I get it that you and Rosie are friends in real life, but girl, you literally asked Rosie, was it okay for you to go and hang out with Kelsey? Girl, no. I don't even care if you meant it as a joke. It didn't look like a joke to me because you were so far up Rosie's ass. I need you to find your own identity. I don't want her and Rosie to fall out, but I really need you to find your own identity next season. I really do. You capping so hard for Rosie, it was a lie. That was a lie. When her mom and family co-signed them being homeless, I'm done with it. That's that woman's right. And that's what I said. I mean, that's that woman's story. I'm not gonna diminish somebody's experience, but I understand everybody has a different point of view on what homeless is. But I'm definitely not going to diminish that woman, excuse me, she's a woman. I'm not going to diminish that woman's experience at all. Joellen and Rula, again, so come to find out, Joellen done lost her job, child. And Rula was like, well, it's not because of us. It's not because of us. It's not because of Brian. It's not because of Brian. Joellen basically said, I can't say specifically why I lost my job. They had layoffs. But her thing was, I'm not going to say that was the reason. I'm going to say it didn't help. Which it didn't help that you have people calling your job, da 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 da, especially if Brian is connected and Brian has friends. I'm not saying that Joellen lost her job because of Rula and Brian, but what I am going to say is it probably did not help. It probably did not help. Now, I found it interesting that Joellen was like, well, I did go find me another job, but I've decided that, I'm no longer, I quit that job and I'm just going to be a stay-at-home mom. Girl, because that housewife money rolling in and y'all done already got confirmed for season 2. I would quit my job too, Joellen. If I could quit my job, you probably making as much money off of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island as you were making in a whole year. And it looks like your husband is really the breadwinner. Your husband is really the one making all the money. Girl, I would quit my job too. And I ain't mad at you. But she talking about something. Well, I've decided that I'm going to be a full-time because you got them housewives checks rolling in, and you probably got people calling you to do appearances, and you getting appearance fees, and maybe you got a couple of endorsement deals. Baby, I'm not mad about it. Do you, girl? Do you? They brought up Rula tried to bring up Joellen being a whore. Can I be honest about something? Joellen, you basically told us you was a hoe. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it. Because I did the shit. Like, I feel like You told us you was a hoe. When you told us that you slept with 2 brothers, and you told us that you stole your sister's boyfriend, like, I feel like you told us you was a hoe. I mean, I don't feel like Ruler gave us any information we didn't already have. You know? She said that her and her mom are not in a good place. Well, Pat! Oh, girl, I thought you didn't. I thought you didn't. I thought you had on like a robe and it looked like. Girl, I thought you was going to bend over and show your business. My bad. She got on shorts. I don't know why it looked like. I don't know why it looked like you had on like a robe or something. Girl, I said she about to bend over in that damn refrigerator and show her business. Ooh, nothing there, y'all. She got on shorts. She got on shorts. I don't know why I thought she had on a robe, child. Joellen is like the Lebanese woman on Bell Collector. Who is the Lebanese woman on Bell Collector? Huh. Okay. Yeah, she need to stay home and watch her sister and her husband. You right. Now she said that her and her mom. Now they brought up her getting in trouble in high school. Now I'm gonna be honest, Ruler. I need you to bring us the details because we know that Joellen alluded to the fact that she got in trouble in high school and that's why her mother sent her away. But she's trying to make it seem like that the trouble she got into was not as deep as serious enough for her mom to send her away. Girl, tell us. Girl, tell us. I still don't know who you talking about, Chuck. Who is a lesbian on Bell Collective? I still don't know who you talking about. I want to know because I honestly, and I know that I don't know this to be a fact, y'all, at all. I don't know this to be a fact, but I honestly feel like maybe Joellen's mama had a legitimate reason to send her ass away. Like, I kind of feel like Joellen's mama may not have been crazy. Marie's thinking, oh yeah, my bad. Look, Chuck, I forgot that quick. Oh yeah, that woman talking about she slept with the mama, the daughter, the sister, the auntie, the cousin, and the grandmama. Yeah, child. When Ruler said, so you weren't, you didn't get in trouble in high school, you didn't get kicked out of high school, and she was like, no, I didn't get kicked out of high school. Girl, you got kicked out of high school. You know how I know you got kicked out of high school? Because your mama sent you away. I feel like, well, I ain't gonna say I know you did because I don't know that. But I feel like maybe you did get in some trouble. Y'all can go back and look at my reviews. I said when she first brought it up that I felt like it was that she wasn't telling the whole truth of the whole story about that. It just didn't make sense. Now, I know that parents do stuff like that to their kids or whatever, but it just didn't make sense. Your mama sent you away not once but twice. And you keep making it seem like, I mean, yeah, I got in trouble. I mean, I did stuff that teenagers do. I feel like you did more than that. I feel like you did more than just I cut up. Girl, you said you ran the shower and snuck out the house to go see your boyfriend. I feel like that's just one example. So when she said that her and her mama are not in a good place now, that her mother's upset with her, and that her mother's using the kids as like huh? I'm sorry. I got an email. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but okay. I just got this weird email. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So you're saying Joellen is pushing her own narrative? I mean, I think she's trying to get ahead of some stuff that she think might come out. I think she's trying to get ahead of, I had, I cut up a little bit. Yeah, I had fun in my 20s. Yeah, my mom sent me away. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. My mom was just doing too much. Like, I was just being an average teenager. Like, I think she's sort of putting a little 20 on 10, because I think she's trying to get ahead of, because again, Rhode Island is a small community. They are a small group. I think she's just trying to get ahead of some stuff. Right, Chuck. I really want to hear from the mama without Joellen narrating the conversation. Like, I would love to see the mama just talking to like another family member and just telling what it really was. Because I mean, we see the Joellen we see now. Y'all can't imagine that Joellen was really out of control in high school, maybe getting smart with teachers, maybe talking back to her mama, maybe being a little unruly. Like, I could see that. And I'm not saying that her mother handled it well. I mean, maybe her mother was extreme with it, but I don't think it came out of nowhere. Like, I don't think it was just out of the clear blue. Her mama was like, I'm sending you away. Like, I feel like it was a buildup. Like, I don't feel like Joellen snuck out the house one time and her mother was like, you got to go. Because, girl, your mama didn't send you away not once, but twice. Like, twice your mama sent you away. Twice. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing that Liz and her husband don't have kids. They are related. Now they're blood relatives. Is it good that Liz and her husband don't have kids? Who said they're related? Seems like teenage growing pains to me, not enough to be sent away to a state-run institute. But I wonder, because again, y'all, this is just coming from my 2 cents. I don't know what to be true. Liz said they were related. Oh, I missed that. Damn. I missed that. Shit, how I missed that? Sorry, y'all. I missed that. Woo. Okay. This is what I'm saying. This is my opinion. And again, I don't have anything to back this up as proof. I wonder if Joellen got into some trouble and she had to go away. Or her mother had a choice, like maybe the court said, hey, either you need to send her away or ABC is going to happen. I just wonder, I just don't see her mother just sitting at home looking up, where can I send my child? I feel like she has some help. I feel like she has some help. And I feel like she has some help from maybe the school or the court. Like, that's just not, like, the average parent just don't. And again, I don't know Joellen's mama. So maybe Joellen's mama did say she got to get the fuck out of my house. Because we know parents do that all the time too. Parents will put a kid out, they broke curfew, they got to go. Like, so I understand that there are parents that do extreme shit. But it just, again, knowing Joellen, I'm giving the mama the benefit of the doubt that there's more to that story. That's all I'm saying. I just, again, it just seemed like there's more to that story. That's all. For me. Dang, I missed it. She said it on the first and second episode and said it at the reunion. How the fuck did I miss that? I missed it twice. And I don't think Joellen came from money to be able to afford to send her to a boarding school. I agree there's something that was more than just a teenage sneaking out with the boys. Yeah, we need all the answers. But when she said both her and her sister had to be sent away, I started to question. Yeah, that's true. I don't think Joellen was bad enough to be sent away, but I think she was a terror that mom lacked the tools to handle and she threw up her hands. That could have happened. I could see that. Now the fact that it was her and the sister does give me pause. But I think the sister was only sent away once and Joellen was sent away twice. And the sister don't have the same problem with the mama. So I'm wondering if, again, they have different experiences. Because the sister don't have no issues. She not mad at the mama. She don't have no issue with what happened. So I feel like, again, there's two ways to look at it. Either you can look at it from the perspective of the sisters mature enough to say, hey, I was out of control and mom did what she had to do, or the sister just, it just didn't affect her the same way, Yeah. So that's why I say I want to hear more. I mean, again, when I say I want to hear more, like it's not going to keep me up at night, but I would be interested to hear the rest of it, All right, y'all. Let me get ready to get out of here. El Teddy will be on in 2 minutes. He'll be on at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna get out of here because I have plans tonight. And I gotta pack for my weekend trip before I get out of here. Because when I go to the gym tomorrow, I'm leaving straight from the gym. So, all right, y'all. With that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.